I guess going off the whole like kink thing.
Okay. Oops, cut that out. Let me know that you're a freak right out the gate.
Yeah. I never know how to intro these.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are shooting episode 4.
Wow.
We are rolling with it. We are just gonna
Look at us.
keep the thing going. I love it. It's just been a fun way to hang out and do our thing.
Thank you to everyone who's watched and watched the last episode.
Yeah. It's cool. It's fun to see.
No.
I feel like the support means everything, and
we know who our true friends are.
Shots fired.
Yes.
All right. So let's get into it, Shelby.
Yeah. Okay. So how was your Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day was great.
Good.
Should I say that again? Sounded gross. I was like, oh. Valentine's Day was great.
Okay.
Kyle, we've been together for 8 years now.
That's crazy.
And Valentine's Day is always a hit or miss. Usually a miss. I keep the bar very low. Expectations are low, so it's usually fine and great. But we should do like a dinner at home and watch a movie, kind of like any other night. Maybe we make it just like a little more special, you know?
Yeah.
But this year, Kyle made reservations 3 weeks in advance.
Oh, wow.
Favorite restaurant.
Okay, Kyle.
I know. Went to Mr. Crisp, and he ordered some flowers that he picked up for me that were gorgeous.
Gorgeous flowers.
They were beautiful. So he really did the damn thing this year.
That's
and
good.
we were very impressed by Kyle. I had a great time.
Yeah,
Loved
Kyle
it.
did really good.
10 out of 10. What about you?
You know,
Stop.
it was okay,
No.
but we agreed to not do gifts this year.
Yeah.
Or like go to dinner, because I don't really like going to dinner on Valentine's Day night. So yeah, I don't know. Last year he did great, I will say.
Yeah.
But this year, you know, we just sat at home. We made heart-shaped pizzas, which was cute.
That's so cute.
And he made me a jelly cat cake. And
Very
that's
cute.
all that matters, because I thought that was really cute.
I love the jelly
The
cat
fact that it
cake.
was a jelly cat cake.
Yeah.
If it
I
would've
think that's
been-
super sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know many boyfriends that can like.
I never would have
Create
thought he would
something.
do something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because it's
No,
like
I
you
think-
see all this stuff on like, you just see TikTok.
Yeah.
Like people on TikTok showing like the extravagant stuff they get, and it kind of makes you like, oh,
Yes.
like, am I not appreciated?
Definitely.
But that's just like the comparison syndrome.
Honestly, yeah, and a lot of Valentine's Day like influencer stuff is paid for, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, internet's the devil, but
It is, but no.
no, I think Parkson did a good job. I
Yeah.
think Valentine's Day. I just think the bar needs to be low, right?
Yeah, and
like
it's just like it's just another day.
Yeah.
It's just a holiday invented by
Yeah.
the greeting card company.
Yeah.
So
And I love heart motifs, so I will take it all day.
yeah, I like the decorations, but then I just hate the feeling of like, oh, you have to do this
Yeah.
on this day.
Yeah, but it is what we make it, I
Yeah.
feel, for sure.
Yeah. And I always like go see my mom either the day before or the day of, just because my dad is not a Valentine's Day guy.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
Makes me
So I try to make her feel special. I used to like buy her flowers and stuff, so this year I just made her like a little bouquet.
Yes,
It was cute.
It was so cute. You showed me a picture.
Gave her a little makeover, and yeah, we just hung out. But
I will this has nothing to do with anything really, but Shelby does all of this, okay? She does all of this. She sets it all up and she edits it all, and I want to say my favorite thing that you do with the editing is you put the little like ding sound.
You like
when
the ding?
show-
Okay.
Yes, because I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I let them like roll and I'm like doing other stuff, but you hit the ding and I'm like, oh, I gotta check it out. I gotta make sure that.
because I feel like Trisha does that.
No, they don't do that. That's
does
what made me
that?
think of it, because I was just watching it and I was like, God, they never show, like, I never know when to look and they're showing stuff.
Because there's some podcasts I watch, I think, that does the ding or
I love
something.
it.
And yeah, I just like little sound.
Yeah,
like
no, I
little
love
sound
it.
effects.
Because I'm always like, oh, let me look at that.
Yeah. Just like, hey, here.
Yeah.
Ding.
I think it's great.
It's cute.
Yeah, but Shelby's queen. She does the thumbnails. Also, thumbnail queen. So, you're everything.
It's fun. I feel like this has really gotten my like creative spark back.
I love
really.
that. That was our goal.
Yeah, I want to get more into like the TikTok and Instagram of it all too, but
you're doing it slowly. I mean, I think it's, you got to kind of find where the vibe is.
Yeah.
So, no, I think you're doing a great job.
I'm just teaching myself all of this, so
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yeah, she's the talent.
No, I'm not.
She's the talent.
I have 2 long dogs. And
yeah. You got the 2 co-stars and you. They're downstairs though right now.
The Coco stars.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So funny.
So yeah, so we asked you guys, what am I doing? We asked you guys for like dating horror stories.
Yep. Or even just like crazy exes.
Yeah. Like Hinge dating app horror stories.
Yeah. I have some good ones.
Yeah.
Shelby.
I got sent some. I haven't read them.
Okay.
But yeah, my sister was going to send me one, but she didn't. She was busy, but
maybe if you get a voice note from her, we can like enter it in right now
that'd
and
be
listen
cool.
to it.
Yeah. I'll tell her to send me a voice note.
I would love it. Okay. You want to go first?
You can go first. I want to hear yours.
Sure?
Yeah. So are we doing... Yeah, and we can keep them anonymous. I was asked to keep anonymous.
We're going to keep these anonymous. But honestly, we have to keep these anonymous because some of these are crazy. There was one that my friend sent me and I was like, can I say his name? Because he sucks. But, but I will keep him anonymous. Let's see. Okay, well, let's start kind of... I was going to say light, but some people might be very offended by this.
Really?
I had a friend who always has crazy dating stories, and she has a great way of telling them, but she went on just a random Tinder Hinge date, and the whole night he was telling her that he loves when women sit on cakes, and he just, like, wouldn't drop it. And he...
And it was on a first date?
Yes, first date. They had just met, and he like, yeah, and she's even a pretty chill girl, and she's pretty like, okay, yeah, whatever, but like he like kept.
That's so gross to me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to kink shame, but
I know, on a first date, like that's crazy.
You save that for like 9 years into the relationship. Or just never bring it up. Or that's
just,
like go to therapy maybe.
I cannot.
Did she say how she responded?
I don't think she did. What did she... Oops, cut that out.
Cut. I'll bleep it.
She keeps things pretty chill. She doesn't care. Really. I think she was probably
just like,
oh,
okay.
Interesting.
Anyways.
But,
because I feel like that's stuff that you see on like a cartoon or something, like an adult cartoon.
Yes, or even like one of those old sitcoms, like Mindy Project, or
that she would go on a date with a guy who said that. That's insane.
Oh my god, I cannot.
Guy, if you're out there, I hope you have therapy for that.
Yeah, or at least like maybe learn to wait and bring that up to like very much down the road. But then also kind of refreshing, like, let me know that you're a freak right out the gate. Like,
let me know you're into that so I don't waste any more of my time.
Yeah. Maybe it's kind of like you got to tell people your preference right away. Like,
that's true. It might work out for both of them, because then if she's not into it, he knows.
She knew her answer right away.
That's just so weird, though.
So funny.
Like, I didn't know people were actually into that. Like, I thought that was just like a
whole community, babe.
Wow. I hope to never meet any of them.
That's so funny to me. Oh my god. Okay. Do you have one?
Yeah. Well, I guess going off the whole like kink thing.
Okay.
I'll give one of mine.
Oh, okay.
I'll give one of mine, because why not?
That.
And I might cut this whole part out of me saying it's mine.
I love that too. BTS.
It's not really. So I used to really be obsessed with this guy,
Okay.
and probably none of the people that I used to be friends with watch this anyways. So I used to be obsessed with this guy, and if you look at him, you're like, Shelby, what were you thinking?
Honestly,
But
always
literally,
the case.
I was obsessed with him when I was in, I don't know, it's probably like 18,
Okay.
18, 19, 20. And so yeah, I would hook up with him because that's all I could get.
Stop.
Like, yeah, because he wouldn't want to be in a relationship, so we would like just hook up every now and then. It was kind of like the you up kind of text or whatever.
Literally.
And I just remember one time, and I tell this to people all the time, and people think it's hilarious. I don't know.
Oh, what?
So like, he couldn't finish. Well, no, like, okay. We were having sex.
Yes.
And he asked me to punch him in the chest.
What?
Yeah.
And that's how he could finish.
I guess so.
Where did you punch him? Like in the heart?
Yeah. Yeah, like in the sternum, like right there.
Scary.
I was so weirded out by it. And I don't think I did it hard. And I think it only happened once.
But he would like ask for it or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think that's so like I just feel like that's very odd.
That's such
Punch you in the chest.
Yeah, that's such a
Like ask me to choke you or something.
No, I've never heard of anything. It's like he wants his heart to stop
Yeah.
or something.
I hope he's not watching.
I hope he is. That's odd.
Actually, I hope you are.
I wonder if he saw it happen in like some porno and he was like, I just need to try this out. Just hit me.
He probably doesn't even remember. I don't know.
That's so. Oh, he remembers. We all remember. I hate people that say like, I don't even know who I've slept with and blah blah blah. It's like, bitch, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you're like an alcoholic where you're literally like blacking out going to bars. Like, there's so many times where I just feel like online people are like, there was some girl, I don't even remember her name, but in school she would do blah blah blah, and it's like, girl, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you know who it was.
Yeah, why do people act like they're like all of a sudden they have a bad memory? It's like it's cool or edgy or something.
Yeah, I feel like they just want to be like, oh yeah, I don't remember that much.
Yeah,
like oh, I'm too cool for that.
Yeah, like I've had so many great experiences since then that I can't remember anything. It's like, okay, but I know that you remember because you're talking about it. Like,
I remember when I was, Jesus Christ. I feel like I was like 7.
When she was Jesus Christ.
When I was Jesus Christ. When I was like 17. Okay, so I was friends with these two sisters. And this was a wild night. And we'll have to have like another... We'll have to have another episode on like our crazy experiences. Or maybe it'll come back up later. I don't know. But basically we were hanging out with these people, whatever. Went to like some shed.
Not a shed.
Yeah. We went to like this like shed because for her to hook up with this guy because they didn't want to bring her in the house.
They hooked up in the shed.
So yeah, they hooked up in the shed, whatever.
Just a little tetanus on the side.
Whatever. They hooked up. I like waited outside in the cold. And so yeah, they hooked up, whatever. And he was kind of a popular guy. He was kind of a popular guy, like at another school. And we kind of had like similar friend groups.
Yeah.
So anyways, cut like, I don't even know how many years later, maybe just like 5 years later, 4 years later. He works at my friend's restaurant in Spartanburg. And I feel like she came with me, or like it got brought up somehow. And he was so ashamed of it that he faked amnesia.
Wait, what?
He faked amnesia. Like
What did he say?
He said, oh, I was in a really bad car accident. I have amnesia. I don't remember anything from back then. He faked amnesia.
How do we know he wasn't actually in like a car accident? It was just like bad
acting. I learned later that he wasn't.
So you believed him for a minute?
Yeah, we actually believed him for a little bit. And I was like,
what a
man.
psychopath.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, I get it, but I don't get it. Because
men are psychotic. This makes me think of, this isn't actually like a dating story, but it goes in line with everything, right? There's a woman that I know, and we might need to cut this out, but I need to tell you this story. There's a woman I know, and you know her.
Ooh.
And I have a client. He'll never watch this, right?
Mm-mm.
I have a client, and he, like, has a crush on her. And sometimes their appointments line up, and they're, like, in the salon together, and, like, he confessed to me that he's always loved this girl on it. Like, they went to high school together. They're still in the small town where we live now, and, like...
So she's the client, too, or...?
She's the client of another stylist.
Okay.
In the salon. And he saw her one day, and he was like, is that so-and-so? And I was like, oh, yeah. And so he told me that he, like, used to really have a big crush on her, and then he went and said something to her, and then occasionally since then they've crossed paths, and it's always been a little, like, awkward because it's like you can tell he has this crush on her. But the catch is, first of all, she's married. Second of all, he's married with two kids, I think, and, like, married his high school sweetheart, and, like, weird.
Oh my God.
So anyway, where I'm going with this story is they were out. And I obviously had to tell the other client that we love that this guy has a crush on her, because that's big T. And so she goes out, and just so happens that they're at the same restaurant eating on a church Sunday. And she said he was dressed, like, literally in a full suit, which is like, Southern people do dress up for church, but that is, like, a little, like, above and beyond.
That's like you're going to a wedding or something.
Yeah, or even like you're a part of the church, maybe. But so he was dressed up and with his two parents, and I think his wife was there. I can't remember. But she saw him and was with her husband, and she was like, oh my God, like, he's obsessed with me. Like, this guy has a major crush on me. I can't wait for you to be, like, so jealous, and, like, going on and on to her husband. So funny. And she goes up, and as they're leaving, she's like, I have to say something because I want my husband to be like, I have a catch. And so she's like, oh my God, hey, how are you doing? And he looked at her and goes, hey. Like, he literally didn't know who she was. And she was like, maybe, or... she, like, literally said her name, and she was like, it's me, like, remember me? And he was like, oh, I don't, yeah, I guess so. And just, like, totally played it off like he didn't know who she was. Isn't that crazy?
That would piss me off.
I know, we were all mad, like, her stylist, me, like, we were all talking about it. We were like,
piss me off.
And they've seen each other since, and he remembers her every time in the salon.
So, like, he didn't remember her when he was with his family or something.
And then our client, she was, like, highly offended, you know. Like, her husband was like, yeah, sure, he likes you, like, he doesn't even remember you.
I know, and that's what pissed me off even more. It's like, I'm hyping this up to my husband, I'm gonna go up to him, make him jealous, and then I go up and the guy's like, who are you again?
Oh my God.
And your husband's just, like, laughing in the background. Oh my God.
I can't. You're gonna have to edit a lot of that, but I have to tell you.
Oh my God, I would hate that.
I cannot. It's so funny. And so, like, yeah, now I just, honestly, if their days line up, I'm gonna have to tell them I'm booked, because it's just literally too awkward.
Because that's what I hate. It's like, so I mean, maybe he had a crush on her in high school, but I hate the guys who, like, were, like, too good for you in high school, or, like, popular guys, and
I feel like he was kind of that.
They didn't give you the time of day.
I think he kind of was.
But then now, like, now they're, like, adding you on. That's all I get on Facebook is, like, all these creepy guys from, like, my hometown adding me who have, like, wives and kids. Yes. That creeps me out.
I don't like it.
I do not like it. Because I saw something on TikTok, and it was like, I see you posting that she's your forever Valentine, but why are you DMing me? Like, all these people, all these guys are, like, posting their Valentine. They're, like, posting their, like, their Valentine. They're posting their girlfriend, my forever Valentine, my forever love, but they're still messaging girls on this.
That's so fucked. And honestly, if that was happening to me, I'd honestly go right to the girlfriend and be like, hey, just so you know, like,
literally.
Because if you're not telling them, like, you're not a girl's girl, right?
Definitely not.
To avoid it?
No.
It's different if it's, like, a direct circle. That's sticky situation. But if it's somebody I don't even know, I would be like, hey, girl, just so you know, like.
Yeah, because I have a friend who dated a guy for a while, and they're not together anymore, but he like creepily flirts with me or messages me. And it's like, I haven't told her because I don't hang out with her, and I want to tell her in person, but it's like...
then that's a tricky situation because you're not...
Because I want to tell her in person just so I can, like, show her all the tea.
Yeah.
Like, show her all the stuff. But it's like, dude, that's still not okay. Like, what world do you think I live in where it's like, okay, yeah, you dated my friend and you think I'm going to get together with you?
And then you also are in, like, a very committed relationship.
Yeah, and it's like, you also know my boyfriend.
So weird. Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird.
It's just weird.
Oh, okay. Let me read.
Wait, I have a great one.
Oh, yeah.
This one is an ex. Well, this one's short and sweet.
Okay, Sabrina.
No, literally. So this one friend was dating a guy all through college for like a while, and she's like a sweet, cutesy, artsy girl, and like would usually go for like the artsy guys back like in the hipster era, and like there were a lot of guys that were like pretending tryhards. I'm saying this and it also applies to the next story, but anyway, this guy, he was eclectic, right? He was a photographer. He was like cool, and they dated for a while, and one day she was like going through his stuff, like, I don't know, looking for a t-shirt or something, and she found a bag. Do you want to guess what was in the bag, Shelby?
She found a bag going through his
like
stuff.
A Ziploc bag.
I don't know. Panties?
Toenails and fingernails.
Oh, clippings?
Yeah, he kept all of his toenail fingernail clippings.
Oh, weird.
And just kept them in a bag, like with his clothes.
That's weird.
And she had been dating him for like a long time. What would you do if you found
That's like, I think people who clip their toenails like in a plastic bag are weird. My boyfriend does that.
But he throws them out.
Yeah, he throws them out. But it's like just, I don't know. I just clip them over the toilet.
No, but he like had like years old fingernail.
Yeah, that's weird. That's clippings. Like serial killer.
Yeah, honestly,
that's getting like serial killer or something like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of like the qualities that they look for. It's like, all right, harming animals, head injuries, keeping your fingernail and toenail clippings in a drawer with your clothes. I wouldn't be shocked. That's so weird.
Ooh, yeah, no, rubbing the wrong way. And he's married now.
I wonder if he still does that.
I wonder if she's found his bag. Yeah, his bag of toenails. They do it together.
They do it together. Yeah, they have just like one big like gallon Ziploc bag. Weird.
I cannot.
Ew.
I cannot. But I have another one that's same kind of vibe. He was also very artsy. This is different, but he also like artsy, like. He did like a CPR training class, and my friend was there and met this guy, and he was very like cute and like just dressed super like eclectic and like was like the vibes. Like, listen, in early like what? This was like 2014 probably. Yeah. If you were not like a frat boy, you were hot to most girls because it was like, oh, he's emotional, like he like.
Yeah, like if you were creative at all, listen to like music, good music.
Definitely.
Or like skinny jeans.
Definitely. And so they meet at the CPR class, and so he was going to be an instructor at some camp in like Oregon, and she was going to a camp in North Carolina. So because of that, they like got each other's info, and they like pen palled each other all summer long, and they like talked to each other, and so they kind of were writing like low-key, like not like love letters, but like kind of, you know, like, and also how romantic, like super into it. And he was like very poetic and also into photography, and she said it should have been my first red flag.
What, that he was like
a photographer.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Photographers are always bad news.
Side note, like every guy I know that's a photographer,
they're always
creepy.
They're always creeps.
Creepy.
But so he ends up living in Colorado, and he was like, do you want to come live with me for the summer? And mind you, like, they had even, like, she invited him on some family trip, and they stayed in Hot Springs together, so her family knew him. And so her family's, like, not super like, they let her do what she wants, but, like, if he was a psycho, they would, you know, like, they would need to know the guy first. So she, like, is like, hey, I think I'm gonna go, like, live in Colorado for the summer. And she had another friend that lived there, so it was, like, cool. Like, I already have friends there, and now I can kind of, like, stay with this guy, see if I like it there. And no harm, no foul. I can just come home at the end of summer. And so she, like, let's see, wait. So they did a whole road trip, and he picked her up where we live, and then they drove up to, we live in South Carolina. I don't feel like that's, like, doxing us.
Yeah, I know.
We live in South Carolina, and they drove all the way to Colorado together.
That's crazy. That's far.
That's a long trip.
That's a long trip.
And it was great. She said they had a great time. Her friend that also lived there decided after the road trip that it would be fun to have a sleepover, right? So, like, as soon as she gets there, they have a sleepover. And after the sleepover, he ghosted her. Like, fully ghosted her.
Wow.
She was not even there for 24 hours. And then, so she was like, wow, this sucks, but, like, at least my friend is here, so I'll just, like, wait it out and, like, be here or whatever. And then randomly, he invited her and Chloe, the friend, to his house for a party.
Like, out of the blue, he just pops up?
Yeah. Like, a week or two later.
What a guy thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then she shows up to the party, and she found out that he was actually a frat bro.
Really?
He wasn't even, like, this artsy, because all his friends are there.
So he put on a front.
Yes. And she was like, he had totally different clothes on. He was doing major amounts of coke, really into, like, beer pong. Not cool, not artsy at all. She said, and he drunkenly confessed that he had totally been lying about who he was, and that he really wanted to be more like the person who wrote me letters and was really artsy and shit, but he wasn't really like that and couldn't lie anymore.
That's serial killer energy again.
Literally.
That's so creepy.
I know. Just like, I want to try out this personality and
like cosplaying as a photographer, hipster.
I'll move a whole ass girlfriend here, and then I'm gonna chicken out and, like,
that's so weird.
So weird.
That's scary.
I cannot.
That's scary. And it's like, I get, like, you know, like when you're in high school or whatever, or like in your early, I don't know, if you like a guy and he's into something, oh, I want to be into it too. Oh, they're my favorite band. Do you know that? But,
right. That's a whole other thing.
You're not gonna, like, change your whole life.
No, but this was like
cosplaying.
Long.
Yeah, like a long con.
They had, a long con. Moved her out to a whole other state.
And then got cold feet and got scared. And
invited her to a party where he was, like, literally a different person.
Yeah.
So she's always like, yeah, I got catfished one time.
Wow.
And this guy, too, is also now married. Just so you guys know, all three of us are not yet married.
Yeah. Well, you're close.
I'm close, but we're still not there yet.
Yeah, you're close. But I feel like they probably get, I don't know. It's like guys will just, that guy was probably like, okay, this girl will put up with me, so let me put a ring on it.
Either that or he's lying to her.
Yeah, probably. He's probably cosplaying now as, like, a married man.
No, literally. In the other girl's DMs.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
I can't. 100%. And she sent me some of the pictures he took of her, and they were so bad, Shelby. Like,
oh my God.
They were literally just, like, pictures of her in her dorm room. It was, like, so artsy. Like, this is his face.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, I didn't even tell you the best part.
What?
So then years later, he comes out of the woodwork and he wants to buy a expensive painting from her that she had done.
Oh, wow.
And he paid her like a lot of money.
Good. As he should, but that's so random.
No, literally.
And he's married, so hey, wife, I'm gonna hang this picture,
right,
and spend a lot of money on it from my ex-girlfriend.
Well, I don't know if they were engaged at this point, but yeah,
it hangs above their bed.
No, I mean, honestly, maybe.
Weird.
Very weird. At least he paid for the trauma. That's what I said.
Literally, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna...
Oh my god, that's so long!
Yeah, I'm just gonna read this word from word, because I haven't read it yet. Okay.
Oh
okay, so I met this guy on Tinder that was older than me, and he asked me to go out with him at Willy Taco. I went to meet him, and my friends were so worried. I showed up, and this guy looked nothing like his pictures. I was hesitant to eat with him, but I thought we had a connection from talking through text. He was really rude and mean, and the date was so awkward. He commented on everything that I did and complained about my weight and complained about how I yawned because I didn't sleep well the night before. He started making threatening comments about how he knew where I lived and how he would just show up. I was starting to panic, and then he said, WTF. 2 girls just walked in with fake mustaches on. They were my friends. So they came up to us and started harassing him, and then walked away and threw limes at him from 2 tables away. What the hell? This dude was so confused and annoyed. Then they came over and poured hot sauce in his water, and he was so mad. The waiters and waitresses could see how uncomfortable I was, so they didn't really do anything. Then the date was coming to an end, and he forgot his wallet.
Oh, classic.
And said he'd pay him back. He blocked him. He did not like that because... Oh, okay. So he blocked him, and he didn't like it. So he started showing up at this person's job, and then he started working there. What? Started working there to be near him, and then this person faked that they were moving to Atlanta to get away from him. Except, what? Okay, and to this day, he gets texts from random numbers. That was a first date. Interesting.
So he, like, was mad at him, but then he was, like, obsessed with him?
I'm confused about the friends throwing limes and...
Kind of sounds like everybody in this situation was
so
a little
confused.
toxic.
This is like a...
We need more details. We need a call in.
Yeah, this is a chaotic situation. I think they're at work right now.
Oof. The friends showing up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Stuff in the tree.
Because like, I haven't really been on many weird dates.
Me either.
Myself. There was one. Okay. I was banking with Wells Fargo, and I went to the Wells Fargo on Woodruff Road.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and this guy worked there. I don't think he was a teller. He was like one of the people that had an office or whatever, and I thought he was so hot. Like, so hot or whatever. And then I found him on, I think it was Tinder. I think only Tinder existed back then. So I found him on Tinder, swiped, whatever. Yeah. We matched. Like, we were talking, and then we were going to go on a date. So we went to a sushi restaurant. I feel like, yeah. Okay. We went to eat sushi, and it was kind of weird. Like, it was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like he definitely wasn't, or I wasn't really his type, like my personality.
Oh,
I feel like he's more of like the sorority girl, like whatever. But whatever. We went on a date to a sushi restaurant. And then I feel like we did something after. I can't remember like where we went, or maybe we didn't. Anyways, like, I think maybe we walked around Target because I think we.
I can't. That's so funny.
Yeah, because I think I parked at the Target.
Yep. What else do you do?
Yeah. And anyways, so me getting out of his car. This is the end of the date.
Okay.
Like, no hug, no kiss, no like, oh yeah, we should do this again.
Right. It was very clear that.
Yeah, fist bump.
Oh no!
Yeah, he fist bumps me.
That's actually insane.
Triggered
Shelby.
me. I was like, wow. Fist bump.
Oof. That's rough. Oof. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I was like, I get it, I guess.
No, I don't get that at all. I'm a woman. Do not fist bump me.
Yeah. He was like, all right. That was so
like,
awkward.
I would even rather give a handshake.
Like, okay.
Like, a handshake sucks, but at least it's not a fist bump.
Yeah, like, at least, like, Like, get out of your, like, just give me a hug.
No, exactly. Like
be all right, just lie to me at least, and then ghost me. Like, that's fine.
That's so funny. You're okay with being ghosted?
Probably, because I've done it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm okay with being ghosted usually too.
Yeah, because then I get it, okay? Like, yeah, we've been talking a lot or something, but then if you're just not feeling it, then...
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to tell somebody...
Yeah, like, I'm a ghoster like, as well.
I'm sorry. I know that's like a hot topic, but I don't know how to tell somebody like, hey, this was great. But...
Yeah. I don't know. I know, because what if they are psycho, and what if they end up working at your job, and...
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then you have to fake moving somewhere.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
No.
Can't do that. Oof.
Because I feel like there was one day in my early 20s where I went on like... I think I went on like 4 dates in one day.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
I kissed 4 guys.
That's crazy.
That was only once though. Yeah, that was... I don't even remember.
Though. Love that for
you. I
you.
feel like I blacked out that time in my life.
There's a lot of times that I blacked out.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you were telling that last story of because I was like, I haven't really had too many like awkward moments, but I did work at a restaurant for a while, and there was one guy that worked there, and he was like a couple years younger than me, so he must have been like 2 years younger than me, and he like knew my best friend's little sister, and he was interesting.
Yeah.
He was like a rich kid that was like, oh, first of all, he was a ginger, which like I usually was into gingers, but this kid, he was like trying to be frat bro, but I hate to say this, I don't want to ever like out anybody, but my gaydar always just like went off crazy around him.
Yeah.
Like he was like masking so hard kind of thing, and he wasn't like super flamboyant, but there was just something about him where like
just like a tell. Like,
yeah, like he loved hanging out with the girls, like I don't know.
And there's like nothing wrong with that, but
definitely
there's still like some other stuff that like
right. And so we worked together, and I was like smoking weed a lot, and like I was just like, you should come over, hang out, we'll smoke, whatever. And honestly, I feel like it was probably just to get like free weed kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were just going to hang out like friends. Oh, and I think our other friend came over because he knew somebody else that I was friends with. And so it was like we all know each other. We should all hang out. Mm-hmm. So my one friend came over too. And then she left, and he was still hanging around. And I was like, catch the vibe. Like, it's time to go. And he tried to like pull a move on me and like tried to kiss me. And it was so I'm a Gemini, so like I like say it how it is, and I'm not the kind of girl that will be like, oh, he's kissing me, I'm just gotta kiss him. And so I made it even more awkward, and I pulled away before he kissed me, and I was like, no.
Good, as you should.
And he just looked at me like too stunned to speak, like, oh, I can't believe a girl, like, and he was like, well, why did you invite me over? Like, why are we like sitting here, just the two of us, like, you know? And I'm like, what do you mean? I was very like, you gotta go. And
like what? You just can't come hang out? It has to turn into something?
Yeah, it was very odd. I was like, okay.
Ew.
And then years later, I was shopping in Publix. I was just like doing my daily routine, and I was looking at like the cheeses, and so you have to kind of like look down or whatever. And he had gotten taller since then because he had like just gotten out of high school at that point. And he literally came up right behind me and like hovered, like towered over me. Ew. And he was like, hey, is that Izzi? It was so creepy. And I was like, I turned around and I didn't even recognize him at first because like we weren't even that good of friends. And I was like, oh my God, hey. And it was so awkward.
Yeah, that's a weird way to like come up to somebody.
Especially after the last time was like insanely awkward. I would think he would like want to forget who I am, kind of thing. Like that's when you're like, this one girl, I don't even remember who she is. That's when you do that.
Yeah, you should just be like, oh no, my name's not Izzi. Bye.
No, literally. But he was like over me. There was no being
That's
like,
so
it's
creepy.
not me. It was so
Ew.
creepy. So I wonder if he still thinks about me to this day.
I wonder. Probably.
I'm a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They just weirded me out. I need to show you a picture of this guy.
Yeah, I gotta see. Of course, a shirtless pic.
It's also like years old.
Yeah.
I can't. You're telling me that
Is he the one in the corner?
Yeah, you're telling me this man's not gay.
That picture does kind of look good. I don't know.
I feel like my girlfriend's had the craziest stories, though.
Yeah, I feel like I just don't have any. Because most of mine...
We're always wifed up.
Yeah,
Shelby.
like, most of mine just end in the first date. And it's like, all right, we're dating now.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like you either know or you don't, but...
Yeah.
I've had some other...
Because, I mean, definitely... Okay, I have one.
What?
So, I can't remember how old I was. I was definitely underage, I think.
Don't like that. Already off to a bad start.
I had to have been pretty young. Because this was back on... It was on MySpace back in the day.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even know how, like, I would add people back then. So, I don't know. I ended up being friends with this guy named Jamie on there. I thought he was so cool. He was a lot older. I think he was like 24 or something. He was from California. So cool. He was like all hipstery, wore like skinny jeans, cardigans. That was a big thing for me back then.
Yeah.
Guys who wore cardigans.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
They wore like cute glasses. Yep.
Beanies.
And I just remember we talked like every day. I was like in love with him, but we were kind of more just like friends.
Right.
But I remember, I think me and went to hang out with him at his apartment. I think we had to have been like 17. I'm pretty sure we were 17.
So you had your license.
Yeah, we had our license. We went to hang out with this like super older guy.
Like how much older?
I think he was like 24 or 25.
Okay, ew.
Like he was way older than
Which
us.
honestly, that's like the weirder age in my opinion, because it's not like a guy that's just like, I just like younger ladies.
Yeah.
It's like a guy that like, why aren't you hanging out with other like young 20-year-olds? Like,
yeah, I just thought, like, looking back on it, I'm like, that's so weird. And then there was also...
So how'd you leave? Were you guys just like, okay, bye, thanks? Like,
I don't remember. I think we're just like, all right, we're going to go.
did you feel weirded out at the time? Or
No.
you were like, this is so
we
cool.
thought we were so cool.
Yeah.
Hanging out with this older
Yeah.
guy. I wonder what he's doing sometimes.
That's so sad.
Like, he's a cool guy.
Other than the fact that he hung out with minors.
And then there was this one time that was really, I'm surprised. I told my mom, I'm surprised I didn't get murdered.
Why?
I think this guy was older too.
Okay.
And I had to have been, underage. This guy, I went on a date with this guy.
Okay.
I want to say he came to pick me up, and we went to the movies. We were going to see the Jason Bourne movies. I think it was the second or the third one.
Okay.
And we went to sit up at the very top row.
Yeah.
And this is before I knew what the top row was for in the movie theaters.
Oh, what's the top row for?
People go up there. Okay, I'll get to it. We went up to the top row because people can't see you up there. Like, people can't see up there because it's so dark. And we went, and like, I have an innocent mind, honestly, most of the time.
Obviously I do too. I mean, I think I know where this is going, but
and so
I've never.
Yeah. So we went up to the top up there, and like we're watching the movie or whatever. And you know, like when you're at the movies on like a first date, and you know, you're not sure if they want to hold hands or not. So it's like kind of like, will they, won't they? And then I think he's holding my hand, but he grabs my hand to give him a hand job. I
feel like this happened to me too.
And I think
is that a common experience for girls?
It has to be. That's what that's.
I feel like that definitely happened to me, and I feel like I was like into it at the moment. But was I?
Yeah, it's like I know that I didn't really want to, because I was like, what is this?
And you're kind of trapped, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
you're kind of trapped. And like, God, back then, if I would have known what I know now, I would have been like, jump up and run away. But it's like, you don't want to be that girl.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you just do it.
Also, then, like, yeah, what are you supposed to do?
God, yeah. So we did that. And then after the movie, My parents live by a school. But so after the movies, we went to the school by my parents' house to their playground, and it was dark outside. It was like super dark, super late. And I just remember laying on the hill and him, like, I feel like forcing me to give him a blowjob. Or like telling me to.
Yeah. I don't know why. I feel like that's also a very common experience where it's like, well, like, I was into him, and like, you like try to justify it.
But it's like, I don't even think I was into him.
You weren't.
I honestly can't remember how I met this guy. Or how.
Yeah, where did he come from? He like sought you out.
I can't even remember what he looked like, what his name was.
He blocked it out for a reason, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh my God.
Weird.
That could have turned into murder.
No, literally.
And I could have been the subject of a true crime documentary.
What a freak.
Yeah. Like, it's all going back to me now. All this stuff that I did when I was younger. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a very weird time of my life.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah. My, like, 18, 19, 20, like...
Same. I think everybody goes crazy.
Yeah, I was crazy. Thankfully, I think I got it all out.
Yeah.
Then.
I think the same thing, honestly. Like... Yeah. And I feel like I wasn't even that crazy considering, like, some people, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like...
Then I look back and I'm like, I was.
Yeah, I look back and I'm like, wow. Because I would go to, like, frat parties with my friend at her college. Because I didn't go to college. Well, I went to tech college, but I would go to, like, her frat parties and stuff, and good times.
I just remembered a weird dating story, kind of. Okay, so I went to this camp, like a little like summer camp during high school, and I was a freshman going into sophomore year, and this guy I think was a senior, like had just graduated and was like about to go to college or something. Wow. Like, and he was like younger for his class, like a year younger, whatever. I don't know. And so same thing, I was just so naive, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's older. And like there were older girls there, and like I don't know. I think he was like, now looking back, like I feel like he was just a total douchebag and like playing the field and kind of like flirting with all the girls, but like then like he hook, line, and sinkered me, and he was like perfect, you know? Because I remember being like talking to some of the girls like, oh no, like he likes you or whatever, and they were like, no, like but they're like, you should go for it, whatever. And I know, not
so he
girls,
like
girls, right?
He put all the hooks out there to see.
I feel like he did catch. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but maybe he was super into me. I don't know. But at the time, I thought he was like super cute and like artsy, common theme here, right?
Yeah.
And because he was older, I was like, that's cool. But it's the same thing where I feel like a little of that like power dynamic. He knew way more what he was like getting himself into than me. And it was only going to be, like, I was there for, like, 2 or 3 weeks. So it wasn't like we were there for that long. But anyway, we had, like, a little, like, camp romance. It was great because it was only, like, 8 of us. I loved it. I had a great time. Looking back, probably wasn't great. But anyway, we kind of kept in touch. Same thing. And, like, on Facebook, years later, like, he messaged me and we, like, talked about, like, oh, you should come visit, blah, blah, blah. And so he, like, booked a ticket and, like, came. And I was like, oh, my... Like, I was, like... I always romanticized about this guy. Like, because when I came back, I, like, kept texting him. And it was one of those things where, like, fizzled out. Yeah. But, like, I was still, like...
Yeah.
Love you. Like, no. My California boy. Yeah. He was from California, from Berkeley. And, he ended up moving to Canada. And he was just, like, cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, like... whatever. And so he plans this trip and he comes to stay with me, and he stays with me and my sister in our apartment. We're living together. And like as soon as he gets there, I like drive him back and we like go into my room, and he like kind of like forces himself on me, and like we have sex, you know. And it's just like weird. I don't know. I was not into it. And so immediately after that happened, vibes were off.
Yeah.
But then he's there to stay with me for like almost a week.
Oh my God.
And like we were going to share a bed. Like it wasn't like I didn't have like a guest room or anything.
Your parents let him?
I was like 18 at the time, so like I was moved out of the house. Yeah. So yeah, he just like stayed for like a day or two. We like went up to Asheville and hung out, and he like bought me like a, we don't need to put this in there, but he bought me a grinder. But like we hung out in Asheville, and I remember like he was like, I have to have Chick-fil-A because they didn't have Chick-fil-A in California at the time. And so I took him there, and like things were just like very awkward, and I could tell like the roles were reversed this time. Like I guess he was into me last time, but I wasn't so into him, and he was like way more into me. And I just kind of kept like inching further and further away. And so then a couple days later, he like maybe he had been there for like 2 or 3 days, and he was like, hey, like my grandma's really sick. I gotta go.
Oh my god.
Homeboy's grandma was not sick. There was absolutely no way. Like the timing of it all was just so like.
But you're probably thankful, right?
Oh, I was so thankful. I was like, thank God. Yeah, I hope she dies. Like, get out of here. You have to go immediately.
Leave now.
And he like literally was like, I have to find the first flight out of here. And like, yeah, no, I was just like, all right, bye, bitch, bye.
Oh, thank God.
And we like never really talked again. But I also remember like he smelled, which I did not vibe with at all. Maybe that's why I have a fear of smelling all the time. Maybe. Because I like thought he was like the world, and then all of a sudden he like stunk, like, and I was like, it was like the whole like veil was
the whole veil lifted.
Yeah, trauma.
Seriously.
Thank God for the dying grandma, though.
Literally, thank
she
God.
saved my life.
Oh my God.
With hers.
That's insane.
A sacrifice.
It probably wasn't even real.
I really don't think it was real at all. I really don't. I feel like awkward. I can sense those things. Yeah. Like it was very like the timing was like, it was one of those things where it was like he texted the group chat and was like, what is the one thing I can say that I like have to leave? Like tell her your grandma's dying.
He was like asking his friends, help me out here, guys.
Yeah. And I see him occasionally like on Facebook and stuff, and I'm always like, ooh. Yeah. Another one I gotta pull up.
I see the guys that I used to be obsessed with, and I'm like, thank God, Shelby. Thank God. Because, the one that, like, wanted me to punch him in the chest.
Yes.
Thank God.
Rough.
Thank you for not liking me as much as I liked you.
No, literally. Cool. Well, this has been fun. We're also thinking we want a couple guests to come on. We have a couple guests in mind. Claudia reached out. I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. We have a third spot right here.
Literally. And we were thinking about maybe doing like an interview style with each other so you could get to know us more.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like you don't really think to tell each other.
Yeah.
I feel like we both have like some crazy stuff.
Definitely. Like we can get more into this, but she had like some crazy medical thing when she was a kid, and I was like, Shelby, you did not tell me that.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, casual.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, we'll get into it, but thank you so much for listening, guys.
Yes.
Comment down below.
This was fun.
This was so fun.
Yeah. If you stayed this long, comment down below. Let's do the blue heart.
Blue heart emoji.
Blue heart emoji.
And leave suggestions of what you want to hear us talk about next. If there's a hot topic, current events happening. I think the Oscars are coming up.
Yeah. So. Or if you have any crazy stories.
Yeah. Crazy stories you just want to share, DM them to us, and we can maybe like make a whole episode.
Yeah. Like user submissions. But knowing you guys, nobody will.
Stop. We'll get there.
But no, thanks again for all the support.
Yes. And we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.